Good morning everyone. In today's video, I am going to discuss and present you all to the social work practice and provide you some information regarding in this area of social work curriculum. So let's start.
This is Lawrence Joseph C. Cagadas and welcome to my report all about social work practice. Without further ado, let's start the discussion. This area of social work curriculum is primarily concerned with helping the students learn and apply the knowledge and principles of social work practice based on the values and ethics of the profession. The focus of the area is on the methodological knowledge and skills for professional practice, the what to do and how to do it aspects. Did you know that the popular term for this area was social work methods? But many schools abroad and in few in the country have changed it to social work practice. The term social work practice is preferable because it does not have the limited connotation of methods, and also because it reflects more on both the concern and the content of this curricular area. Let's proceed to the aims of social work practice. First, we have understand and appreciate the philosophical and scientific components of social work practice. The philosophical here refers to the value, while scientific components refers to knowledge. Next, we have understand the interrelationship of knowledge, value, and skill and their use in problem solving. These three elements are very useful and important in solving a problem. Then, develop a beginning identification with the social work profession. Of course, we have developed self-awareness and self-discipline, followed by acquired knowledge and skills in the social work problem-solving processes. And lastly, to understand the different professional rules performed by social workers in different agencies and organizations engaged in the provision of social services. And now, I am going to present you all to the outline of the specific knowledge required for this area. Why do social work practice needs an outline? For the reason that the students can present the main points or important topics of the given practice so that they can use it in their future. The first part of the outline is the framework. Inside the framework, we have the philosophical foundation of social work, the social work practice theory, and the concept of social work as problem solving. These three subparts of the framework are very significant. That's why it must be present in your outline. Next, we have the philosophical foundation of social work. Inside this part is the philosophy, values, principles, and professional ethics. The philosophy here refers to human worth and dignity, while values refers to self-realization, social responsibility, as well as equal opportunities. The principles here refers to the 7 principles of the social work, just like confidentiality, self-determination, acceptance, and a lot more. And the last one is the professional ethics, which point out the informal and formal ethics. And now, let's proceed to the third part of the outline, which is the social work practice theory. First, we have the goal of social work. As we all know, the goal of social work is to enhance the social functioning of an individual, group, or community. Next, we have the functions of social work: the remedial, developmental, and preventive functions. The remedial functions talks about the rehabilitative aspects and curative aspects, while preventive functions is all about prevent the occurrence of disequilibrium. Just for example, counseling in the premarital and other family problems, sex education of the youth to prevent early marriage and other sexual abuses. And the last function is the developmental function, which refers to strengthen the maximum potential in individuals, groups, and communities. Now, let's focus to the essential elements of social work practice. These talks about the clients, could be individual, group, or community. Of course, the problem, the worker, and the process of the problem solving. Then, we have the helping or problem solving process. And here are the important elements in problem solving process. After that, we have the helping or interventive models or approaches. Here are the elements. And now let's touch the selected tools in problem solving. The followings are the tools in solving the problem. Let's continue to the skills corresponding to the steps in the problem-solving process. And now, let's hop into the social work practice with individuals. The historical development of social casework, namely friendly visiting to diagnosis, diagnostic versus functional casework, and techniques of social casework. We have also the contemporary social work practice with individuals, just like helping or interventive models or approaches, task-centered approach, and from exclusive concern with psychological processes to greater concern with environmental conditions. And the last one is the nature or characteristics of the one-to-one helping relationship in the Philippine setting. Social work practice with individuals covers assessment of the intervention with children, adolescents, adults, the elderly, and families. Next is the social work practice with groups. Historical development of social group work, from recreation education to character building socialization to therapy to groups for developmental goals. Concepts about use of groups, the group as medium of change, the group as target of change, and the group as agent of change. The group work process. These emphasis to the unique characteristics of the processes of social study, group composition and formation, goal setting and program planning, group development and worker rules or interventions, evaluation and termination. The helping or interventive models or approach with groups refers to the developmental approach, remedial approach, and mediating models. The contemporary social work practice with groups. These focus on the Philippine setting. Social work practice with groups helps individuals to enhance their social functioning through purposeful group experiences and to cope more effective with their personal, group, or community problems. And now, let's focus to the social work practice with communities. Inside the social work practice with communities is the historical development, differing emphasis from work with power structure to people's participation. We have the community organization as social work practice. Then is the models of community organization practice, locality development, social planning, social action. The community organizations and community development. Varying agency approaches focus only on the Philippine setting, and issues and problems. One type of community social work practice is community organization. And together, let's proceed to the social work administration. Social work administration or social welfare administration in social work translate the social welfare policies and social legislation into social work practice. It also enhances the psychosocial and economic functioning of the clients and beneficiaries. In this part, you can see the administration as planning, organizing, staffing, directing, coordinating, reporting, and budgeting. Now, let's touch on to the social action. This is a method of social work used for mobilizing masses in order to bring about structural changes in the social system, an organized effort to change or improve social and economic institutions. This is composed of forms of social action and also social action process, like identification of needs requiring social action, consideration of possible solutions, decision-making or action, implementation of products of social action. Social research, the last part of the outline. Research may be utilized to evaluate the effectiveness of the practice in which social workers engage and the programs they implement. Development of new knowledge, policies, and programs often result from research efforts. The research process, development of hypotheses, observation and collection of data, analysis or organization of data, conclusion and recommendations. We have also the methods of research, historical, case method, statistical, and interdisciplinary, and many more. If social work students learn the content described in this chapter and use them properly in their practice, then one can expect that before long, associating social work with charity or dolly outs by the Philippine public will cease.
And that ends my report. Don't you worry if it is a little bit fast. All the information and references that I provide you all is in the Orange Book. You can discover and explore more all about the social work practice. I hope you understand and gain information in my report. Thank you guys and God bless. Keep safe.